Have you ever wondered if even famous stars are not immune to the risks of cosmetic surgery? In today's video, we'll explore 10 celebrities you might hardly recognize after failed cosmetic surgeries, and take a look at their before and after photos in 2025. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss other interesting videos about the entertainment world. First on the list is Donatella Versace, a fashion icon whose journey in search of perfect beauty has left an unforgettable mark. When she appeared in public in the late 1990s after the tragic loss of her brother, Gianni Versace, Donatella exuded classic Italian elegance. With her natural features, lustrous blonde hair, and confident demeanor, she quickly became one of the most prominent figures in the fashion world. However, by the early 2000s, her appearance began to change noticeably, to the point that everyone noticed. The earliest and most striking difference was her nose. Previously, it looked natural, wide, and harmonious with her face. Now, it became slender and subtly shaped, sparking speculation about rhinoplasty. Her once radiant skin also began to appear unusually smooth and taut. Cosmetic experts suggest that Donatella may have undergone multiple facelifts to combat the natural aging process. Furthermore, her lips have become a striking feature. Their increasingly full and defined shape has led many to believe she regularly uses fillers. Her cheekbones are also more prominent, possibly due to filler injections or cheekbone implants. Even her expressive eyes have changed, possibly as a result of eyelid surgery to reduce drooping and puffiness. All these changes have made Donatella's face a constant topic of discussion in the fashion and Hollywood showbiz world for over 2 decades. Simon Cowell. While many music stars accept their cosmetic transformations lightly, Simon Cowell's changes have been so drastic that even his family can barely recognize him. When his young son expresses surprise at his new face, that's when you know things have gotten out of control. Simon Cowell, the powerful music executive and familiar face on television, has always been upfront about both his talent and his cosmetic choices. Initially, he only tried a few Botox injections to erase early signs of aging, but over time, these interventions escalated into more drastic methods. Instead of a facelift, Simon used multiple filler injections, significantly altering his facial structure. His cheeks became puffy, creating an unnatural, stretched effect that made his expression perpetually surprised. His once smooth, delicate skin is now excessively taut, blurring the masculine features that defined him, especially his jawline. Even Simon's eyes reflect the consequences of cosmetic procedures. Attempts to rejuvenate his eyelids made them look unusually large and strained, almost masked, drawing all eyes to him. Simon even admitted that his face looked like a character from a horror movie, and his son Eric also expressed concern about the change. Realizing things had gone too far, Simon later frankly admitted his regret. He shared in interviews that he had removed the fillers and completely abandoned cosmetic procedures. His story is a reminder that sometimes the pursuit of youthfulness can lead us further than we intended. Jocelyn Wildenstein, known worldwide as Catwoman, is one of the most striking and unforgettable examples of facial transformation in modern history. Her extreme cosmetic surgery journey began in the 1990s during her tumultuous marriage to billionaire art dealer Alec Wildenstein. Rumors suggest Alec's fascination with feral cats influenced Jocelyn's decision, leading her to pursue a feline-inspired look through a series of cosmetic procedures that reshaped her face over the following decades. Reports suggest Jocelyn spent millions of dollars on surgery and cosmetic treatments to achieve this striking appearance. Her eyes became her most recognizable feature. Thanks to repeated interventions, including eyelid lifts, Her eyes became sharper with an upward slant, creating a captivating feline allure that drew constant public and media attention. Her naturally occurring cheekbones were significantly altered through implants and fillers, giving her a more angular structure, a stark contrast to her original appearance. These modifications, combined with changes to her lips, jawline, and forehead, created a look that is both iconic and controversial. Despite the dramatic changes, Jocelyn has consistently denied excessive surgery. She sometimes attributes her striking appearance to her Swiss ancestry, a claim disagreed with by experts and observers alike. Today, at 85, Jocelyn remains a prominent figure in high society, not only for her lavish past or tumultuous divorce, but also for the transformations that have made her one of the most talked-about figures in cosmetic surgery history. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov. While many famous stories tell of resilience, the transformation of these French twins' appearance took a path few could have predicted. Igor and Grichka's faces eventually became as famous as their television careers, though for entirely different reasons. Prominent across Europe with their science fiction shows in the 1980s, the brothers were known for their sharp jawlines, high cheekbones, and striking symmetry, easily recognizable to the public. However, from the late 1990s onwards, their appearance began to change significantly. Their cheeks became fuller, their facial angles more defined, quickly turning public curiosity into global attention. Despite these noticeable changes, the Bogdanov brothers consistently denied having undergone plastic surgery. They often explained their new appearance as the result of scientific experiments, leaving experts and audiences both skeptical and bewildered. Their prominent cheekbones became the most important identifying feature of their new look. By the 2000s, their faces had noticeably puffed up, their chins elongated and their lips fuller, giving the twins an almost surreal appearance. Their features looked stretched, a phenomenon unexplained by any natural aging process. By 2009, their unusual appearance had become a focal point in the press. Their appearances at prestigious events like the Cannes Film Festival sparked global debate about the extent of the transformation. The initially subtle changes had evolved into a surreal, almost bizarre image, a nickname given to them by both fans and critics. Remarkably, the brothers embraced this nickname with humor, turning the controversial transformation into a defining part of their public identity. Mickey Rourke, the next star, proves that even when surgery is necessary, the results can be unpredictable and completely transform one's appearance. In the 1980s, Rourke was celebrated for his strong, masculine looks, particularly for his role in 9½ Weeks. His face was striking with sharp cheekbones, a defined jawline, and a natural masculinity that many admired. However, his life took a different turn when he decided to leave Hollywood to pursue a professional boxing career. The harsh ring left him with serious facial injuries, including a broken nose, fractured cheekbones, and facial muscle damage, forcing him to undergo complex reconstructive surgeries. Rourke revealed that he underwent 5 nose surgeries along with repairs to his damaged cheekbones. Unfortunately, the results weren't entirely as expected. The previously sharp and angular features have become rounded and puffy, with full but unnatural-looking cheekbones. Botox and filler injections have also contributed to the change in appearance, making the skin around his forehead and lips excessively taut, giving his facial expressions a somewhat stiff look. Public reaction has been mixed. Many are sympathetic, understanding that much of the change is due to necessary medical surgery. But there are also many critics, arguing that he has abused cosmetic procedures beyond their intended purpose. Rourke himself frankly admitted his regret, sharing that he chose the wrong surgeon for his wound treatments. Nevertheless, Mickey Rourke's career remains a testament to his extraordinary resilience. His critically acclaimed role in The Wrestler reminded audiences that, regardless of his changing appearance, his innate talent and emotional depth remain as strong and impressive as ever. Courteney Cox. Is it possible to turn back time and still retain your true self? The story of Courteney Cox, once beloved for her fresh, natural beauty as Monica Geller in Friends, shows how easily the pursuit of youth can go too far. In the early years after the show ended, she began using small amounts of Botox and fillers to smooth wrinkles and maintain her familiar appearance. However, these initial minor interventions gradually escalated into more frequent and noticeable procedures as she tried to prevent the signs of aging. Over time, the repeated procedures altered the natural harmony of her face. Her cheeks became fuller, her forehead smoother, but her expressions became more limited. Fans, who loved her warm smile and approachable expressions, began to comment that her face looked stiff, almost frozen on screen. Courteney has been very frank about her regrets. She admits that the use of fillers altered her appearance so drastically that she barely recognized the woman in the mirror. The volume in her cheeks made her look doll-like, and the tighter skin diminished her natural features. According to her, this process became a domino effect. Each correction led to another to maintain facial balance. By 2017, Courteney realized these choices had distanced her from herself. She decided to remove all the fillers, allowing her natural features to return. Since then, she has embraced aging authentically and gracefully, openly sharing her reflections on how pursuing youth sometimes comes at a higher price than the rewards. Priscilla Presley. While Courteney Cox eventually regained her natural look, Priscilla Presley underwent such drastic changes that her face is almost unrecognizable. Once admired for her timeless beauty and elegance, Priscilla became a Hollywood icon, but also suffered one of the most serious cosmetic disasters in modern celebrity history. The transformation began in 2003, when she mistakenly trusted Daniel Serrano, an unlicensed practitioner, and received injections of industrial silicone instead of medical fillers. The result was painful silicone lumps under her skin, facial muscle paralysis, and uneven scarring that left her face stiff and mask-like. The damage was particularly noticeable around her lips and cheeks, where the silicone created a hard, uneven texture. Although Priscilla underwent corrective surgery in 2008, the effects of this botched procedure are difficult to reverse. Her once admired natural beauty has been drastically altered. Her cheekbones, once a striking feature, are now swollen and overly full. Her lips are unnaturally plump, combined with the smooth skin from Botox injections, making her facial expressions almost frozen, hindering eye and forehead movement. Her skin often appears taut and stiff, erasing the softness and expressiveness that once defined her beauty. In 2019, Priscilla underwent surgery to remove cancerous tissue from her nose, a procedure that further increased her anxieties about scarring and long-term facial effects. This anxiety led her to seek other cosmetic procedures to conceal the surgical consequences. The long and complex journey to maintain her youthful appearance ultimately left her looking quite different from the image her fans remember. A stark reminder that just one wrong step in cosmetic surgery can have lasting consequences. Lil' Kim's transformation is one of the most dramatic and emotional stories in the entertainment industry. Her cosmetic surgery journey reportedly began after a tumultuous relationship, which resulted in a nasal injury requiring reconstructive surgery. However, what started as a medical need gradually escalated into further procedures, progressively altering her entire appearance. Over time, her nose became smaller and more refined, a stark contrast to the fuller nose she had early in her career. Her cheeks also changed significantly thanks to fillers, creating sharper and more prominent features compared to her natural facial structure. Botox made her skin look smoother and firmer, but it also restricted her facial expressions, making her appear stiffer than before. One of the most controversial aspects is her lighter skin tone, sparking much public speculation. However, Lil' Kim has repeatedly shared that this difference comes from makeup and lighting, not other methods. Her lips have also become fuller and more defined over time, contributing to her new look. All these changes combined have made Lil' Kim significantly different from the pioneering female rapper image that audiences were once familiar with. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.